So guys, Clubhouse is now being released. A lot of people don't know what it is. A lot of people do know what it is. A lot of people wonder whether they should be using it or shouldn't. Well, they shouldn't be. For those of you who don't know what it is or haven't really used it, Clubhouse is basically an audio social media platform where there's rooms about particular subject, i.e. marketing, fitness, whatever you could possibly imagine. And you typically have a few admins that will talk within that amongst one another. It's a bit like it's a bit like listening to people having a debate or having a chat about some topic. Other people within the room can basically hold their hand up, so to speak, and get involved if the admin allows them to. But ultimately, it's an absolutely fantastic platform from learning. It's very authentic, and I think the platform will be very, very popular. Now, I get asked a lot by a lot of people, should I be on it? And my honest answer to that is yes and no. The caveat to that is Clubhouse is very unscalable. The reason for that is you have to be on it talking. You can't leave, you can't go about doing other things, you can't delegate that workout. You have to be on there talking yourself. Now, as a business owner, a coach, or as another service provider, there's much more bang for your buck right now if you're spending time on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all these other platforms. Because firstly, you can do multiple things at once. Secondly, you can employ people to help you create content for those platforms. And ultimately, they're much more monetizable. You can also run ads and scale these things up very quickly. So in terms of like short-term monetization, those other platforms, especially if you're not earning mega money right now, would be your main focus of time. However, I am an advocate of actually giving a little bit of time to new platforms because you don't want to be left out and then miss the opportunity of a brand new platform. So if it is something that you're particularly interested in and you're good at talking and you actually enjoy the platform, if you're a new business owner or you're doing well, you're starting to grow, I would advise maybe putting 5% of your time into that platform. Tops. 95% should be on the other tasks that are actually bringing you money. Don't get shiny object syndrome and kind of push over to that platform at the expense of the things that are really going to make you money, especially in the short term. If you have a big business and you have multiple employees that can run the other platforms, like I said, because you don't need to be necessarily on them. Like for example, you can pre-plan content for your Instagram, your YouTube, and have someone else put that out for you, write the copy for those things. Then in that situation, it probably would be a good idea for you to allocate maybe 20-30% of your time onto Clubhouse while the other business is being grown by your team, and actually try and build that platform up, because I think there's a huge amount of authenticity, and it's very hard. It's a very different platform in the sense of we're not driven by like glass window effects where like we can put up a fancy picture and everyone will be drawn in. The content actually has to be good. If you're chatting rubbish, you'll get found out very quickly. So it's a completely different dynamic. I won't go into the dynamics of Clubhouse, but I find it very interesting, and I do think that if you have got the time and you've already got the means to keep the other things growing, then I'd probably invest quite a bit of time into it. And it's something I will be doing soon as my team gets stronger. My team isn't there yet, so I need to get my team strong enough to run the things that I know are going to be producing me money. And as that can carry on building on its own, so to speak, I can focus a bit more of my time and attention in Clubhouse. But that's my initial thoughts on Clubhouse. That's subject to change. Obviously, it's very new and the platform could change quite quickly. But as it stands and the way it works at the moment, there's no pre-recordings or things like that. You can't upload recordings so that you can kind of scale up or be in multiple places at once. You have to be in the room at that time. So it's very unscalable. And ultimately, that gives you an opportunity cost of things that you could be doing with your time, which would be probably making you more money. But yeah, very interesting platform. And if you guys have used it and you love it, maybe drop me a comment below and talk to me about it. And also, if anyone wants to connect on there, I will be doing a little bit. So follow me on there. I'll be on Elliot Wise. And yeah, I hope this helps.